Opportunity to thank the Kansas City Royals for drafting Jeremy Affeldt and letting us have him.
And in June of 1997, I was drafted in the 3rd round by the Kansas City Royals. And before I knew it, I was playing professional baseball for the Royals down in Fort Myers, Florida. You made it. You're like, hey, this is my dream. I made it. I have a baseball card, a legitimate, not minor league baseball. I have a major league baseball card. I collected those as kids, you know? And so that, to me, I was it. I was on cloud 9. I was at the top of my game. I made it. And within 3 years, I hated it. And I remember business took over with the Kansas City Royals, and I went to arbitration. Their lawyers, my lawyers, and we arbitrated and watched a guy literally shred me and tell me how bad of a person I was on the baseball field for the Royals to try to get me to lower what it's going to cost to have me play. And I lost arbitration, and it was devastating to me. I remember the next year I got traded. We had a new GM. He said, I think it's going to be best for you in your career to get a fresh start somewhere else. So I'm trading you. And he traded me to Colorado in 2006. First batter, second pitch, curveball. He hit that ball so far, it almost left the stadium. And I just stared at it and was like, this is not a good first impression. And all you heard, because they didn't have anybody in the crowd at the time, was some guy yells, "Welcome to Colorado." And just like, it can't get any worse. And I just remember sitting in my hotel room, just screaming at God, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to me? So I just went to bed angry and woke up the next morning, went to Starbucks, and within 30 minutes, my life changed. And I was walking across the street, and there's a Rite Aid right next to the Starbucks, and she was sitting there, and she had a ripped jeans, black eye, split lip, all that stuff. And I just remember looking at her, and she had a cup of noodles shaking and trying to eat this dry cup of noodles. And I touched her shoulder, and she jumped away from me, and I was like, I don't want anything from you. I just want to know if you want something to eat. And so I went into Starbucks. I need some nutrition, and I need some sugar. I walked out, and I handed it to her, and she ripped it from my hands. And I remember her looking up at me and saying thank you. She wasn't saying thank you for the food or the drink. I think she was saying thank you for letting me know I exist. There was so much that I had that she didn't, but our realities inside were the same thing, and I needed someone to let me know I existed. I was yearning for it. I went to the field that day feeling so fulfilled and thinking, why do I feel actually happy today to be a baseball player? And I remember that conversation I had with God that day. As long as you keep me in the big leagues and give me this platform, I'm gonna play for something more than myself. And I became a free agent in 2009, and my experience went to a whole nother level when I signed with the San Francisco Giants. And it was amazing, because then I started learning about human trafficking, and now I've started learning about hunger, human trafficking, started doing stuff in the water crisis area. And in 2009, I was like, hold on, how can I pour back into my community? I started to realize, remembering Matthew 25, remembering the girl at Starbucks, this is how I do show that I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. This is how I do show that I want everybody to have the chance to say, one day I'm gonna be. And this is what I'm doing this for. And I want to see a generation that's alive, because they understand life and they get it, and purpose, and they've got a reason to be. What we have tried at Generation Alive to do with the programs is give kids a tangible structure on, this is what it feels like to not live for yourself.